You sit in a classroom for nearly 15 years of your life. Yet somehow, no one ever teaches you how money actually works. Before we start, if you care about your future and want more honest conversations like this, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what we're about to uncover is something most people don't realize until it's too late. Think back to school for a moment. You probably learned algebra formulas, historical dates, maybe even the structure of a cell. But no one showed you how credit cards really trap people. No one explained taxes in plain English. No one taught you how interest can quietly build wealth or quietly bury you in debt. And that's strange, isn't it? Because money affects almost every decision you'll make as an adult. Where you live, what job you take, how you raise your kids, even how you sleep at night. So the real question isn't why don't schools teach money? The real question is, why wouldn't they? At first glance, it seems like an oversight. Maybe the system is outdated. Maybe curriculums are slow to change. Maybe teachers just don't have time. Those are the reasons we're told. They sound reasonable, comfortable, harmless. But the deeper you look, the less accidental it feels. Modern education systems in countries like the US, the UK, and Australia were originally designed during the Industrial Age. Back then, the goal wasn't to create financially independent thinkers. The goal was to create reliable workers, people who could follow instructions, show up on time, and fit neatly into structured systems. Schools were built to prepare students for factories, offices, and hierarchy, not for financial freedom. And even though the world has changed, that structure hasn't changed much at all. Students are still trained to memorize, repeat, and obey deadlines. They're rewarded for correct answers, not for questioning the system itself. They're taught how to pass tests, but not how to pass life's biggest financial decisions. It's not that schools are evil, it's that they were never designed to teach wealth in the first place. Here's something unsettling. If you don't understand money, you become dependent on those who do. Banks, employers, lenders, institutions. When someone doesn't know how interest works, they're easier to sell debt to. When someone doesn't understand investing, they're more likely to work endlessly instead of letting money work for them. Financial ignorance doesn't just happen, it benefits certain systems when it exists. And that's the part no textbook ever spells out. Look at it this way. Imagine two young adults. One graduates knowing how to calculate loan interest, negotiate salary, read a contract, and invest early. The other graduates knowing Shakespeare quotes and geometry proofs, but signs the first loan paper they're handed because they don't understand the fine print. Which one is more likely to struggle for decades? It's not intelligence that decides, it's exposure. Most people assume schools must teach the most important life skills. It feels logical. After all, why wouldn't they prepare students for real life? But education systems don't always evolve at the speed of real life. Money today moves digitally, globally, instantly. Meanwhile, many classrooms still teach from frameworks built generations ago. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. If students were widely taught how money truly works, how compounding grows wealth, how debt traps the unprepared, how financial systems operate, millions of people might start making very different decisions. They might question high-interest loans. They might avoid unnecessary debt. They might invest earlier. They might rely less on traditional employment structures. That kind of awareness doesn't just change individual lives, it shifts entire economies. So instead, most people learn about money the hard way, through mistakes, through stress, through years of trial and error after school is already over. By the time they understand the rules, they've often already paid the price for not knowing them. And here's the twist almost nobody talks about. By the time most adults finally understand money, they're already locked into financial patterns that are hard to escape. Car payments, student loans, credit card balances, mortgages stretched over decades. These commitments aren't just expenses, they're anchors. And once they're set, changing direction feels almost impossible. That's not a coincidence, it's timing. Think about when people usually learn real financial lessons. Not at 16, not at 18, usually at 25, 30, sometimes even 40, after they've signed contracts, accepted debt, and committed to lifestyles they don't fully understand. Financial education often arrives after financial obligation, and when knowledge comes late, its power is limited. But here's where the truth gets even more revealing. Schools do teach discipline, they teach punctuality, they teach obedience to structure. Those traits are valuable, yes, but they also happen to be the exact traits that make someone a perfect employee. Show up on time, complete assigned tasks, follow instructions, wait for evaluation, repeat. The system rewards compliance far more than curiosity about the system itself. Notice what's missing: negotiation, risk assessment, opportunity recognition, wealth strategy. Those aren't emphasized because they don't fit neatly into standardized tests. You can grade a math equation, you can't easily grade someone's ability to spot a financial opportunity or question a contract. So the system sticks to what's measurable, even if what's measurable isn't what matters most. Now pause and ask yourself something honestly. How many adults around you are financially confident? Not just earning money, but understanding it, knowing where it flows, why it grows, and how to control it. Probably fewer than you'd expect. And that's not because people are lazy or intelligent, it's because most were never shown how. Generations repeat the same cycle. Parents who were never taught money can't fully teach it to their children. Schools assume families will handle it. Families assume schools will handle it. And in that gap of assumption, an entire life skill disappears. But here's the empowering part of the story, the part most people never hear. Once you realize the system didn't teach you money, you stop blaming yourself for not knowing it. And that changes everything. Because the moment you stop thinking, I'm bad with money, and start thinking, I was never taught money, your mindset shifts from shame to curiosity. Curiosity leads to learning. Learning leads to control. And control leads to freedom. Financial literacy isn't some rare talent reserved for economists or investors. It's a skill set. And like any skill, it can be learned step by step, concept by concept. Understanding interest, tracking spending, learning how assets differ from liabilities, discovering how investments grow over time. None of this requires genius-level intelligence. It requires awareness and the willingness to finally look at something most people avoid. The truth is, the education system didn't fail you personally. It simply wasn't built with financial mastery as its mission. Its mission was stability, order, and predictability. Wealth education lives outside that structure, which means the responsibility eventually shifts to you. That might sound heavy, but it's actually powerful, because that means your financial future isn't locked to your past education. It's not decided by what school didn't teach you. It's decided by what you choose to learn next. And here's the irony. The same curiosity that helped you pass exams can help you master money. The same discipline used to finish assignments can build investments. The same persistence that got you through school can get you to financial independence. The difference is awareness. Once you see the gap, you can't unsee it. Once you understand the rules, you start noticing them everywhere in job offers, loan terms, advertisements, even everyday purchases. You begin to realize the world quietly runs on financial logic most people were never shown. And that realization isn't scary, it's liberating. Because now you're no longer playing a game without knowing the rules. You're learning them. And when you learn the rules, you can finally decide how you want to play. If this opened your eyes even a little bit, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more real conversations about money, mindset, and the truths most people discover far too late.